Can you imagine waking up one day to find a foreign power claiming ownership of your backyard? Welcome to the reality of the West Philippine Sea dispute. This story begins in April of 2012, when tensions flared over the Scarborough Shoal. Nestled in the vast expanse of the West Philippine Sea, this tiny ring of reefs suddenly became the eye of a geopolitical storm. A naval standoff between the Philippines and China sparked off, stirring waves that would ripple across the region. This event wasn't just a face-off between two nations. It was a confrontation between a nation and a global superpower. The immediate implications were staggering, sparking complex questions about territorial rights, international law, and the balance of power. This standoff marked the beginning of a long and complex dispute that continues to shape the geopolitics of the region. The Scarborough Shoal standoff was not an isolated incident, but a spark that ignited a series of conflicts. In the aftermath of this standoff, an alarming pattern emerged as China began to establish its presence in disputed territories, setting the stage for the unfolding drama. This was not a mere territorial dispute, it was a dance of power, politics, and sovereignty that would reverberate across the globe. The West Philippine Sea became a stage for this geopolitical chess game. China, in a controversial move, started to unlawfully occupy portions of the sea. This was not a silent takeover. They built infrastructures on disputed islands, a blatant display of asserting dominance. These structures were not merely residential, they were military in nature, equipped with airstrips and harbors, ostensibly for peaceful purposes. The Philippines, a nation proud of its independence and sovereignty, could not stand by and watch as their territories were taken. But the power dynamics were not in their favor. The dragon was larger, stronger, and more intimidating. Yet they did not back down. They protested, lodged diplomatic complaints, and sought international arbitration. However, these actions did not deter China. They continued to establish their presence, further escalating the tension. This was not just a regional issue anymore. It had become a global concern. Countries around the world started to take notice. They saw the potential threat to international peace and security, and the potential domino effect if one country could simply seize territories at will. This unfolding drama in the West Philippine Sea was not just about territories and resources. It was a test of international law, a challenge to the global order, and a stark reminder of the fragile balance of power in the world. It was a drama that questioned the very foundations of sovereignty and territorial integrity. These actions by China have not only threatened the sovereignty of the Philippines, but have also raised eyebrows around the world. And as with any conflict, the ripple effects are far-reaching and multifaceted. The territorial disputes in the West Philippine Sea have not only strained the relationship between Philippines and China, but have also created a complex web of political, economic, and environmental issues. Politically, the disputes have intensified nationalistic sentiments, further complicating diplomacy efforts. The stage for negotiations is set on shaky grounds, as the balance of power teeters unpredictably. Economically, the disputes have significant implications. The West Philippine Sea is a vital artery of global trade, and any disruption could send shockwaves through the world economy. It's not just about the fish and potential oil reserves, it's about trade routes, shipping lanes, and global supply chains. Environmental impacts are equally alarming. The construction of artificial islands and other infrastructures has caused severe damage to coral reefs and marine ecosystems. It's a stark reminder that geopolitical disputes can also be environmental disasters. International bodies and other countries have a crucial role in this dispute. The United Nations, for instance, can provide a platform for constructive dialogue and peaceful resolution. Other nations, particularly those with significant maritime interests, should also weigh in, promoting the observance of international laws and the protection of marine biodiversity. The West Philippine Sea dispute is not just a regional issue, but a global concern that demands urgent attention and resolution. So where does this leave us today? The tensions in the West Philippine Sea persist, a lingering testament to years of territorial contention. The drama unfolded, rippling effects were felt around the world, and yet the dispute remains unresolved. Diplomatic efforts are underway, and the world watches with bated breath as these nations navigate the turbulent waters of sovereignty. The West Philippine Sea dispute remains a complex puzzle that the world is still trying to solve. As we await a resolution, the sea continues to be a silent witness to this territorial tug-of-war.